Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Peteonretreat. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of using agents here in Thailand. Agents in Thailand offer many different services, such as getting your driver's license or opening a bank account and obtaining various visas. Before we get into this, I want to address the elephant in the room. You do not need to use an agent. You don't need to use an agent for doing any of these things. You can do it on your own. I see expats scream bloody murder every day that agents are just a scam, but in most cases, that's not the truth. They do, however, charge a hefty premium for their services. I've personally used agents for many of these situations since I've been here in Thailand, and I'll explain why I made that choice at the end of the video. With that out of the way, let's talk pros and cons. Agents know exactly what documents you need to attain whatever it is you're trying to attain. They make sure that your documents are filled completely and correctly so that they follow any local laws or regulations. This level of expertise can speed up the whole process and save you a lot of time. Agents know this system better than you do. Navigating administrative tasks in a foreign country can be daunting, especially with the language barriers. Agents will handle all of the paperwork for you. They can schedule appointments and provide you with any necessary documents, which just allows us to focus on the more important things in life. Whatever task you're trying to get done, agents can provide customized assistance based on your particular needs. They will ensure that all requirements are met in regards to your situation. Agents often have close relationships with workers at immigration, clerks at the Department of Land Transport, and with people inside the bank. They'll use these relationships to expedite your whole process, often cutting you in line and saving you a lot of time. That all sounds pretty good, right? So what are the cons? The biggest con of using an agent is undeniably the cost. Using an agent can increase the cost of any of these services up to tenfold. Their fees can vary widely depending on the agent and the service that they're providing. For instance, assistance with opening a bank account can range from 2,500 baht to 5,000 baht, while establishing your first retirement visa tends to range from 20,000 baht all the way up to 40,000 baht. Generally, the more recognized and recommended that an agent is, the higher the costs are going to be. I think this is a big reason of why so many expats look at this as nothing but a scam. It's not a scam though, it's a service, and market factors have kind of dictated the price. While many agents operate legitimately and above the law, that can't be said for all of them. There have been many stories of scams from agents over the years. Some individuals have promised services, collected the money, and then taken off, never to be seen again. For example, last year there was a story of an agent who scammed over 100 people. Each of them had paid over 30,000 baht and they never got their money back. Some of them never got their passports back, and several were forced to overstay their visas. The least fortunate ones were detained at some point, and some were even repatriated back to their home countries. The last con is that this reliance on agents will likely mean that you don't have a full understanding of your situation. You may not know what documents you actually need, you won't know what was submitted on your behalf, and you'll just have a general lack of understanding of the whole process. This isn't important to most people that choose to use an agent, but I figured I should mention it. So, is using an agent legal? Sure, but it does depend on exactly what the agent is doing for you. It is legal to hire somebody in Thailand to handle administrative tasks for you. However, it might be in your best interest to make sure that your agent is legit and operating in compliance to law. For example, many agents in Pattaya are willing to falsify your rental agreement or your bank account so that you meet the qualifications for certain types of visas. I don't know which agents will do that on your behalf and which agents won't, but I do know that this is Thailand and it probably happens quite a lot. Let's talk about rental agents for a minute. People love to argue in Thailand if you should use an agent or not, and everybody wants to tell you how you should find your next residence. The truth is, we're all different. So real quickly, here's the pros and cons of using a rental agent here based on my experience. The pros. Number one, agents have access to multiple listings and can quickly find properties that match your budget and preferences. Number two, many landlords speak little English, so an agent can bridge communication gaps. Number three, agents can often negotiate better deals or rental terms on your behalf. Couple examples of this. My friend looked at a place and it didn't have a washing machine, so he offered to sign up a 1-year lease, but only if they put a washing machine in, and that's what they did. When his lease was up at the end of the year, they asked him to re-sign, and he said, well, I want to get a bigger TV, so they gave him a 50-inch TV for the second year. Our agent got his 6,000 baht a month off of the owner's asking price. Number four, a good agent will ensure contracts are legal and fair. The cons. Number one, there can be a conflict of interest. Some agents prioritize their own profits over getting you the best deal. Number two, some fake agents or shady brokers can take your deposit and disappear. Number three, some agents will only show properties from landlords they work with, limiting your overall options. For the best video out there on how to find the right condo for you, please check out this video from my friend Randy over at Retired Global Life. He covers everything, and there's a link to his video in the description of this one. Okay, let's get back to visa agents now. Let's talk about some of the services that they offer and how exactly they work. Getting your visa. Visa agents can help you determine the best visa for you, help you get all the documents together, and communicate to immigration on your behalf. They will often pick you up at your condo, drive you to immigration, take you back, and then return your passport to you at your condo after it's been stamped by immigration. Opening a bank account. Foreigners will often face challenges opening up a bank account here in Thailand, especially if you're on a tourist visa. Agents can really help with this process by connecting people with banks willing to work with them and by helping with all the paperwork. My agent picked me up, took me to the bank, filled out all the applications for me. They made sure that I had the app working on my phone and that it was connected to my new bank account. And all I had to do was bring a few documents and sign my initials like a bazillion times on the application. Obtaining a Thai driver's license. Acquiring your driver's license here is a multi-step process that involves having a medical certificate, having proof of residence. It often takes multiple visits because you have to go once to just get your appointment set up and then you have to return. There's also written tests, possible driving tests. There's just a lot to it. Sure, the process isn't that difficult, but many people choose to use an agent just to simplify the entire process. Agents often streamline the entire thing by making appointments for you, getting all of your paperwork in order, and in some cases, bypassing some of the tests you would have to take otherwise. Setting up a business. Many agents here offer services to set up foreign-owned businesses. They know how to navigate the strict business laws here and what paperwork you're going to need to turn in. They can help you avoid potential mistakes you might make, and their relationships will often speed up the entire process. Why might you use an agent over a lawyer to do all of this? Well, depending on the circumstance, it's going to be a lot cheaper, and if the whole process and goal is simple enough, an agent is a safe way to go. I use the same agent here to get my driver's license, set up my bank account, and start my retirement visa. They gave me a very nice priced package deal because I use them for all three services. I belong to several different expat communities here in Thailand on social media, and these are the three visa agencies that I see the most passionately and the most often recommended. This is not a sponsored segment and I have no affiliation with any of these agents, but I am often asked for recommendations and I always state that these are 3 agents that are very popular and from everything I've seen, you can trust. Key Visa. Specializing in visas of all types, Key Visa has been around for over 18 years. Their owner was featured in many YouTube interviews over the years, but sadly passed away about a year or 2 ago. Despite that, they are still one of the top recommended. They are located in South Pattaya across from the Big C South shopping complex. TikTok. TikTok Services offers assistance with various visa types as well as services like obtaining Thai driver's licenses, bank accounts, and company setups. Clients regularly praise their professionalism and efficiency. They are located on Chaya Pruik, not far up from the beach in Jom Tien. MOTS. MOT Service is another agency in Pattaya that offers visa assistance. They are known for their convenience, providing services such as passport pickup and drop-off and free 90-day reporting. They are located on the dark side, not far past the railroad tracks. There are plenty other big agencies in town that are often recommended, like Siam Legal and Manirat. Manirat? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I see them recommended a lot. Besides the big agencies, there are countless smaller agencies all over town. I mean, it seems like every street's got their own agent or 2. You can likely save some money using a smaller agent, but that might come with increased risks. I highly recommend only using agents that have a physical office where you can meet them face to face and talk to them in person. If at all possible, do not enlist the use of any agent until you are here in Thailand to meet with them. As I said before, I used an agent to get my bank account, to get my driver's license, and to get my visa. But that doesn't mean that I've always used an agent since I've been here. I've gone to Laos twice to get tourist visas, and each time I did the entire thing on my own. I even made this very thorough video walking you through the process that's helped hundreds of people. So yeah, you absolutely don't need to use an agent. So why do I choose to use one so often? Well, I can afford it. Using an agent is absolutely a luxury as the fees tend to make the cost about tenfold or so. To me, the cost was absolutely worth it. I dread the thought of filling out that paperwork on my own and making any mistakes. Often when you go to these offices, you'll turn in all the paperwork you think is right, and then you'll get sent away to bring in something else, and that just kind of makes me anxious. Knowing that having an agent with me step by step through the entire thing, easing how much I had to do, how much I had to worry about it, how much I had to research it and understand it, was just reassuring to me and helped keep me calm throughout all of it. Yes, I could have done it all on my own, and I know it would have all came out okay in the end, but the entire point is I didn't have to, so I chose not to.